turn this off for a minute because it's just loud, loud, loud. And I wanted to look and see, we'll do reading and see what's going on. I just saw the ERs are saying that suicides among adolescents are really spiking. So what is going on? Why are there so many increasing suicides with adolescents? What is going on with the increasing suicides? Okay, well, what I feel immediately, the sense that I'm getting, is that, Trump has, in his time he was in office, Donnie Dark, he really opened the floodgates for bad behavior, okay? For lying, cheating, whatever, and they just overturned a thing with the guns. So more and more violence is happening. And just common decency. Okay, we've got a problem with just even common decency out there. So I'm just trying to shuffle everything here real quick. And then we'll start laying out the cards and see what we get. But I think, just the country as a whole and the infighting and the division and continuing to focus on negative, okay? So at the center of it, we have, why does this not surprise me? The Star. It's my card for Trump, okay? Like I was saying, bad behavior. His narcissism, that narcissistic thing. And I think it gives license to this narcissistic behavior. It's all about me. It's what I want, and I don't care about anybody else. Above it, we have, okay, I'm feeling like people are feeling like they've been stabbed in the back. Okay. Underneath of it, we have the money. So again, I think this has to do with the center of it is this bad behavior by the Repugly Uglies and Trump. Okay? Challenges wildness. Okay? Yeah, they've let their inner beast loose, basically. Bad behavior. Narcissism is just rising. Again, another card that we use a lot of times for Trump, the merchant. Buying what you want, what I want, and it doesn't matter about anybody else. A feeling of loss, disenfranchisement. You see, we get a lot of that. And when I pulled that card, the immediate feeling was with that is, these white supremacist things that, all of the jobs, all the opportunity is being taken by the brown and black communities. We're being disenfranchised. It's that whole type of poor me drama. Prison. I think part of that is because COVID lockdown. Scholar. So I think they've just got too much time on their hands. They've been having to be inside prison. The wildness is coming out. They feel disenfranchised. They're on the poor me saga, okay, of drama. Going forward, we have Earth Mother. Let's see what we have going forward. Above it, again, the poor me saga. out in the cold. I've been bruised. Underneath of it, foundation is moving out of troubled waters. People, they need to get grounded, okay, in order to go forward. We see so many school shootings happening and, you know, just craziness going on. Okay. Let's see what our other card with it. Okay. So this is about, you know, not only financial, the fish is about abundance, you know, a lot, you know, a lot coming in. And the owls is looking in the dark places, talking. So when I see the owls in this case, I think a lot of them are on these negative sites. They're all talking about the things of the darkness. They're talking about conspiracy theories, neo-Nazism. All of that drama is going on. They're focusing on the dark things, wanting to move forward, but not knowing how. And like I said, they've just had this license of bad behavior, okay? And they've gotten caught in this saga. They've gotten caught in this saga. So let me put these back and reshuffle and see if there's a way forward. See if there is a positive way forward. Let me get these, want these cards to be really mixed up again. Okay. Okay. So how can we get these kids out of this narcissism? It's all about me. I don't care about anybody else other than me. Getting them off of these dark sites, these conspiracy theories, this drama that, you know, they're taking away my opportunities, all of this saga that's going on, okay? How can we move them forward? How can this be curtailed? All of these suicides that are happening. First card out in the center of it is humility. Yeah, instead of the narcissism, it's all about me. We need to have a change in humility. Let's see what we have above it and below it. So important. You know, they have to find out that the world is about everyone, not just themselves, not just their own saga, whatever it is that they're playing into. You know, teenage angst and anxiety and drama, hormones are raging, okay? So let's see what we have with humility. So important. Above it, we have looking at past, and looking at past in a beneficial way, the good things of the past, not this drama that they've got going on, you know, and the heartache. Foundation is the heartache, okay? So need to have a better reckoning of past, looking at, you know, at the pain. I mean, other people's pain and things. Getting the right history and stuff. Like we just had the history that came out about Memorial Day, that it was actually started by black slaves that had been freed, and they had gone to honor the Union soldiers. There was a Union soldier mass grave. They dug up that mass grave and they reburied everybody, okay? They reburied them with honors, okay? So, and then I just saw the other thing about the Chinese Exclusionary Act that they had way back then, that Chinese were not allowed to become citizens. They were not allowed to be coming back into this country. I mean, if you see the Chinese Exclusionary Act, and those things were going on like with Jim Crow and stuff up into the 50s, okay? So just really, they need to have the right history of what has happened in this country, good, bad, and the ugly, okay? You've got to know the truth of it rather than these cleaned up versions. It's like, you know, you have the people that say the moon, walking on the moon didn't happen. You have one say the Holocaust didn't happen. Well, these things happened, okay? And we have to get serious about it, and you have to, again, come from this point of narcissism. And I think it also has to do with kids being raised so with promiscuous. They're not taught that life takes hard work. They're given everything. And when they're given everything, then they expect everything. Okay? So let's see. The challenge is blossom. Blossom. Let's see what's blossoming. Challenge. What is the challenge with this? Challenge is retreat. And the foundation is, yeah, abuse of power. Let's see what else we have. So what I'm getting from that, what's blossoming is insulation. They're insulated in armor, and they are, you know, again, they are having this abuse of power. But above it, you know, not enough consequences for their actions, okay? So many times they get off, so many times. Death, okay? We've got death and we've got young woman, okay? So young people, they're encountering too much death, too much, like I said, you've got these kids out there with mass shootings, all of this stuff happening, abuse of power, not being taught how to have humility or caring about others. They've lost empathy. They've lost that ability, okay? So what do we have going forward? Wisdom. Again, you need to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? We need to have wisdom. They're trying to take out of the schools teaching the genuine history of stuff, okay? What we have above it is affluence. And what we have, foundation, is the 9 of rods, that energy. Things, if you want to be affluent, it takes energy. You got to take your lumps. You got to, you know, things are not always coming easy. Everybody wants affluence, okay? But it takes work. And people, you know, they need to be given the wisdom on how to go forward. So we have here new things, children, and faithful. Okay, so I think this points to that you know, parents need to be faithful also to their children, rather than giving them everything, just handing it to them. You need to give them wisdom. Kids need to be raised, and they have chores. They have, they have things to do. You help to prop them up, okay? But teach them the value of things. Teach them the value of humanity. Give them a more inclusive view of the world rather than an exclusionary type of a thing. So, yeah, there's, again, so many deaths happening. They've been too insulated. There's too much abuse of power. There's too much narcissism there. They're not looking at the past and the heartache of the past and what people have had to endure to build up empathy for those people, okay? Rather than having empathy, they're taught hate. They're taught division. They're taught, rather than enjoying other people's cultures and becoming inclusive, they rebel and fight against everybody else, okay? So, again, we need to blossom. We need to plant the good seeds. If you want to have a good harvest, you have to plant good seeds. Get them out of the narcissistic drama into more humility, to understand their place in the world, okay? That they're not all powerful as children, again, they need to grow, they need to understand, okay? Let them have a place where they can feel they have accomplishments, okay? Very important for children to be given things, have accomplishments, okay? Have boundaries. Boundaries go along with it. You have to have boundaries and you have to have accomplishments. So there needs to be balance in place. So many households are not balanced, and people are not talking with their children with enough, if we had sit-down dinners at home and more conversation, but everybody's off doing their own thing and people don't know what their kids are involved with. You get these kids that do these mass shootings and parents had no idea that their kids were involved in some of this. Either that or they knew and they tried to get help and there was no help for these kids, okay? So again, things need to change. The way the structure of society is needs to change. And again, we need to use more wisdom going forward when it comes to raising children and giving them their place in society in a balanced way, okay? So much love and light. Thanks for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this, please give a thumbs up. I do so appreciate it, and I'll see you online.